Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another live stream here on the Aviator 268 channel. We are in Sacramento, California right now, heading over to, where are we going again? Yes, we're going to Vegas. Vegas is the run. What's going on? Whitson J.L. Williams says he's loading up. That's all right. We are on stand Alpha 1 here in Sacramento. And so we're going to get ourselves started up. The aircraft is already pretty much booted up. So we're going to jump right in and do the preliminaries real quick. We are programming the FMC. We are heading over to Vegas. DAL3885. Usually this flight is going to be done by one of the subsidiaries, the ERJ-145. But of course, we don't have any ERJ-155. So we're going to take, not 145, 170, ERJ-170. So we're going to take the 321 over to Vegas from Sacramento. So we're going to flight plan and we're going to do Sacramento takeoff runway 17 left is our departure for today. And we are using the Scootown for departure with what's our transition here? Let's see. Our transition is the, oops. Have that information there. That's not cool. Let's see. Shuffle transition. There we go. And we'll insert that. And then we'll go to Vegas. And we're going to be using the ILS runway 26 right. ILS 26 left. And we're using the cocktail for departure, for arrival via tequila. Wonder if I'm already drunk before I even start the flight. That's crazy. Yeah, so we're gonna be using the cocktail 4 via tequila. So all those who enjoy the little drinking, this flight is for you. Drinking up the flight. All right, here we go. So for our load sheet, let's double check that real quick. We will go to the plan mode and let's cycle through, make sure we don't have any discontinuities that we don't want. There's one heading into the arrival, which is fine. We'll leave that in for the time and we're good to go. Constrain all via water VOR and we can head back to the FMC. All right, so of course we use the acronym diff strip. So we went data, init A, flight plan, and we're going to do radio check. That's all fine. Secondary flight plan, copy active, and right after 540 we're gonna return if we need to Sacramento Ksmf, and we're going to be using the ILS runway 17 left, which is the longest of the two. No star, and we don't need any vias. We're gonna come back. We come right back. Cool. So that's all set up. Then we go to the init B, and we put our information here. We see that on the right hand side. So it is. I'm confused as to why this thing is. I'm trying to figure out why do we have this situation going on? I don't understand why the units have changed. Okay. Let's see if we can save that as a default for here, because that's just not cool. So let's probably redo this. Probably have to reset the whole thing. Let's see. All right, no, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and nope, that's only 14 minutes. All right, so we can leave that for a second. Let's re-import. Change the time back to right, 23 minutes. Cool. Load sheet should say the correct thing. There we go. So that's 134 point 6 and our zero fuel weight TG is 30.3. And our fuel on board that we're expecting is, and I guess we can go ahead and start that. So we're going to start our fuel loading. And by the time we're done, we'll just have the boarding start one time. Okay, so fuel intake should be 15.9. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. We are just getting the plane set up. And we are almost good to go. It's going to be a pretty quick flight because we have some tailwinds. Tailwinds of 43. So that's going to put the time at 55 minutes. Time we're up, we're down. Let's see what our... I can actually use over here. Get all that information so you can see it. All right, so this is our flight plan. Let's get the fuel summary. So we should have 121 passengers on board. Cargo is 3,993. Fuel fare is 134,585. Block weight is 15,871. And so we have a takeoff weight of 149,860. So well below our max. So we're good to go where that is concerned. And our fuel, so alternate is going to be Palm Springs, and that's at 4,000. So we input 4 as our alternate. So we have 4,000 pounds, just about an hour of extra time. All right, so we can accept that. And let's go to the next, which is the perf. Since we already have the preliminaries on board, we can go ahead and set that 17 left. So we double check to make sure that we have the correct runway, and we're going to do flap 1 plus F. No anti-ice is required, packs on, and the resyncing, so we're good to go, and then we can calculate. All right, so this is giving us a preliminary of 1 down 0.3, and we have 54 degrees. That's our flex temp, which gives us 139, 141, and 144. Okay. We head across here, 1 down 0.3. This could change. If it does change the information, sometimes realistically it can change. For example, on the load manifest, it would tell you that you have this amount of people on there, 121. But then of course when you get to the gate and there are standby passengers on waiting for the flight, so we have 121, and then we could probably get maybe 6 or 7 more people on board. So we'll see. So 139 is the V1, 141, and 144. That is complete. And so let's get our weather real quick so we can then do our before start checklist, our departure briefing. Let's see what our start. We have everything here. Yep, that should be fine. And we can see what our potential taxi will be. Cool, so that's good. The only thing I need to add here is the parking spots. That way we can actually see what the ground looks like for our push and start. So that's cool. All right, so that's complete. Great, good stuff. So what's going on, guys? Welcome. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. It will really help the channel out a great deal. Always appreciate those who are following time after time. It is great to have you on board. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Let's interact with each other as we go on this journey to Vegas. Those of you who prefer to indulge, this is the flight for you. Can't necessarily say I will promote the whole idea of drinking, but this flight is for you, as the arrival is going to be the cocktail 4, and we're doing that via tequila this afternoon. So it's going to be an interesting flight today. Interesting. All right, so boarding on the fuel is just about done. Let's see what these guys are doing down here. Yeah, so they're just about done, and then start the boarding process here. Oh, just run right through him. Yep, he ain't important. He is not important any at all. So that sound that you guys are hearing is the hydraulics for the doors, and that's true to life on the Airbus aircraft. If you sit next to it, you will hear that sound. So that's actually pretty true to life. FENIX really did a good job with that as concerned. All right, so they are just about done. They're just about done. All right, so while they're doing that, let's see what we can check. Passengers will come on board. I'm gonna let you hear this. For those of you who are flying on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, the
difficulty with your carry-on item, please contact one of your flight attendants. We will try
attendant just got on board.
Or have it checked.
For those of you flying on Microsoft 2020 and you want to know if you should get the FENIX, the FENIX is actually a pretty good aircraft. And all these sounds that you hear right now, the flight attendants, that's actually something that that comes standard with the aircraft. So you literally will get all of that, and it just sounds really good. I generally don't have it on after the door is closed. That way it simulates not hearing them. But if you want to, definitely I could put it up so that you can hear it. So you will definitely get that. Get this set up in cars so that we can get this recorded.
Welcome to A-Cars.
Locking gear.
So now my information is set up in my A-Cars. Let me get Volanta set up as well. So this one. Cool. Yeah. All right. All that is set up, so we can now do the departure checklist. Departure briefing, rather. All right, so let's go to our charts and let's go to Sacramento. We are here on the ground, Sacramento, at stand Alpha 1, and this is chart 20-9, effective 30 November 2023, and we are destined to Las Vegas in the A321-211 Sharklets. I'll get cussed out if somebody else is on here listening to that. Alpha 21, we're going to, when we push, we're gonna push off the gate to runway 17 left. The possible taxi route is going to be pushed off, and we will taxi via Charlie 3 onto Delta. and we took Delta all the way down to Delta 3 and hold short runway 17 left. The departure today is going to be the Scoot Town for departure, and for our SID it says initial climb is going to be by ATC in terms of the top altitude. We climb on a heading 168 to 540, then left turn direct to Scoot Town at or above 2300. Then on transition, maintain ATC assigned altitude, expect flight altitude 10 minutes after departure. So we're going to go up to flight level 310. Initially I filed 370, but I'm believing that there is a restriction in terms of altitude between California and Nevada. So flight level 310 is where we'll go today. So as we see here, make a left turn after 540 to Scoot Town, and then we would take it via Dosco, then to Dugan and Dragon, and then to Shuffle, then flight plan route. For the flight today, once we depart, we'll be taking off runway 17 left as I initially said, between 0 and 80 knots. We will stop for anything that will make the aircraft unflyable. Now we deem so. Once we stop, we will try to exit the runway as quickly as possible. The 9er is more than likely what we use. If everything's all right, we'll probably go around and try for a second departure. If not, we'll head back to the gate. Between 80 knots and V1, we'll stop for only anything that will, any fire warning, anything that comes up on the ICAS. Otherwise than that, above V1, we will commit to take off. We take off and climb the 3,000 feet. We'll assess the situation. We'll determine if we need to come back. If we do, then we make a left downwind. We'll use runway 17 left for arrival. Once we land, depending on what the situation is, we will come to complete stop on the runway. If not, we will make a right off of Delta 9 and return to the gate, or we will just contact the ground and let them put us back into the gate, depending on what the situation is. We're well below our takeoff weight and max landing weight, so we should be good. If we have to do a gate return, we'll just make a downwind. Don't need to worry about dumping fuel. We just come back around, join the ILS runway 17 left to make our burden a little bit lighter. Don't think there's anything else. There isn't anything in terms of danger that will hamper us on departure. So once we take off, we'll be able to focus on whatever the challenge is instead of thinking about any terrain or any other obstacle. Pretty flat environment, so we're good to go. If there are any questions, then our departure briefing is complete. We have 65 of 121 this afternoon boarding. We can go and check on them real quick. Let's see what's going on here. We have some passengers in first class already, and we can just see them coming. Somebody's gonna walk through me. Yeah, this thing is not as far as possible, but yeah. So this is the cabin of the A321. I remember the last A321 I flew for Delta, I sat right next to the bathroom right here. Sat right next to the bathroom. Didn't spend anything, so it was good. But I had this seat right here. This was my seat right at the window, right by the wind. Let me see. Was it 20A? I think so. Yeah, 20A. I'm gonna have a seat right by the window here. Yep, that was it. Cool. Baggage is complete, so that is good. Why are these people walking in the sky? I have no idea. Hey, it is what it is. See, we got a Delta flight right there. Let's see who that is. That would be and we have Whitson Williams. Yep, there he is, heading with us to Vegas. He is Delta 828 in his A320. So that is what's right there, JL. So we are grateful to have JL on the trip with us today as we head over to Vegas. All right, let's go back in the flight deck. We're gonna now turn on our electronic pumps and we will turn on the fuel pumps. I'm just calling this stuff wrong. Forgive me. If there are any A20 pilots on the stream, I am sorry. Fuel pumps is what I needed to say. All right, APU is coming on and we can turn on the seatbelt sign. Let's run through the checklist that we have here. So cockpit preparation checklist, we have gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 15.8 and that is on board. Seatbelt signs are on, ADRs are nav, and bar reference is 29999, and that is set and cross check. Now it is set and cross check. And so our cockpit preparation checklist is complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. As you're getting settled, please be aware that all carry-on items must be stored beneath the seat in front of you or placed in an overhead storage compartment.
One thing I didn't brief when we were doing our checklist, our briefing, was the weather. Weather in Sacramento, time that we took that weather is 23:27, so that just changed not too long ago, half an hour ago. And the wind 150 at 11, 2 statute miles for our visibility, so it's kind of visibility is kind of poor today, but that's all right. We can still depart. Broken. We have
and we will be happy to reseat you.
1 second. To statute miles, and we have mist in the air. That's what that BR stands for. And we have overcast at 2,300. So once we get past 2,300 feet, then we should be in some clearer skies and also some sunlight, because it's still kind of sunny on the west side, on the west coast. And the altimeter is 29999. Departure is going to be 17 left. And based on what we just got from our auto ATC, our squawk code is going to be 3261. And let's get our CTAF for Sacramento. It's going to be 125.
Remain seated. That's for your safety and our fellow passengers and crew members.
7.
The captain has asked your flight
set
crew to
that
remain
in
seated.
the radios.
Until he lets us know it's safe for us to begin our service and be up in the aisle. So please remain seated as we climb out of today.
261.
Also, the use of cellular networks is not permitted. No FaceTiming or phone calls on our flight today. Free text messaging is available after we reach 10,000 feet. I'll make an announcement at that time.
And let me set that. Cool. To make this a quick calculation here. All right, great. So all my externals are where they're supposed to be now, so that's cool. Have that checked. Good. 125.7. We're good to go. All right, so doors are now closed. Flight attendants will see them and so on and so on. Pretend that we just talked to them, and that's the end of that. So that's cool. Good to go. All right, so let's do a radio check. Sacramento traffic radio check.
555.
Roger. Good. So we got that. Jill, you ready to go?
I'm still boarding. I'm still boarding.
Roger. How much more time you need?
Give me about like 5 minutes.
That works. That works. All right. So Jay needs another 5 minutes. That's fine. Let's see what our timing is here. So we can delay it just an extra, so we do that. Cool. At least we would have a late start, so to speak. All right, cool. 29999 on the standby, and we can put the APU bleed on, and we can turn off the external power. All right, great. So let's do the last set of paperwork, which the last load sheet just came in a while ago. So it is 134. There wasn't any change. 134.6. So that is good. So we can accept that. And let's go back to our performance check. So nothing changed. So that is good. 0.3. Good. So all that checks out. So we're good to go. The top altitude is supposed to be done by ATC. However, since there isn't any ATC online, let's see if there's anything on the chart that we could go by. Let us go down. Okay, so 140. All right, so let's take it at 14,000 as our top altitude for the
Gulf traffic at the 3042, we're clear 16 Star, we're taxiing to Alpha 15 via Alpha Yankee, and Yankee will help you to have a great flight.
Thank you.
So in a couple of minutes, we'll go ahead and start and push off the gate. All right, so we're pretty much ready here, guys. Just waiting on our company to get ready. Just still boarding a couple more passengers. So once he does that, we will then push off the gate. Last thing to do here would be the wind, just to make sure that we have our winds in for kind of a 310. Based on what is in there now, we should land with 10,000 pounds, but let's see what happens when we do our wind request. Should be more because of the tailwinds that we're gonna have. But let's see. It's actually less. All right, cool. Yo, what's going on, George? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Welcome to the stream. So we got some light mist on the outside. There's that traffic. Not seeing the traffic, but you hear him. Oh, there he is. Of course, with the mist you can't see, but there's traffic right there. 737. Oh, that's all right, man. That's okay. It was actually a pretty impromptu stream, and it's pretty late too. But it's a short flight, so just to let me just get it going. So that's all right. That's all right. We can get it next time. I'm really hoping that I can get at least another stream or two in for this week. I'm looking at Tuesday, so let's see if that would work with your schedule. But I'm hoping that I can put it out earlier. It's just a challenge sometimes, so forgive me where that is concerned. Miami to St. Martin. I haven't been to St. Martin. When was the last time I've been to St. Martin? I have not been to St. Martin on the sim in a while. Probably should do that flight, a flight from there, or I could probably do something in the Caribbean. There is a Frontier flight that I think I did a few months ago. Probably do something like that out of San Juan. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. All right. Let's see what's going on with our time here now. We are now at 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and call for push. Let's call for push and departure. facing south on the apron, and let's do our before start checklist. Parking brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust are set. Takeoff speed is 139, 141 and 144. Windows closed, beacon light is on. Didn't need to do all of that. I forgot this aircraft does that itself. I messed that up because generally GSX is actually intertwined with this aircraft, so I screwed that up. All right, so we're ready to go. Parking brakes is released and start the timer.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Sacramento traffic, DAL3885. Push start Alpha 1 and Sacramento traffic. All right, off the gate at 18.
Flight attendants, arm your doors for departure. Cross-check, standby for all call.
So when they arm their doors in the cockpit, you see these things come up. So it's blank now, and you see slide come up. So you hear them. If you're sitting by the door, you see them go across and they flip the little switch. That's what happens in the cockpit. We see it says slide. So that means the doors are armed. So we can go ahead and start the engines. Start engine number 2. And we can check outside. It's a bit noisy out there. Sometimes depends on the aircraft, you will hear a whole bunch of noise. Otherwise you won't hear it that loudly.
Once the video has concluded.
But for some reason with some of the different AI aircraft, you will hear it really, really loud on the outside. So we'll just do that for right now.
In the economy cabin, we do welcome you aboard.
So like I said, all these sounds that you hear right here, I had none. Well, actually, no, I did have something to do with it. So there are some sounds that you can get. You can custom make them, but you just put them in the folder and you will hear these things. Depending, it doesn't matter what airline you fly. Once you have it in the folder and you make sure you name it properly, it will come up. So you actually hear the actual safety briefing for that particular airline. So they're out there on the internet, so you can always just go download it and you will find it.
Smaller items completely under the seat in front of you. Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured. Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear.
That's a cool picture right here.
Use an electronic device in your seat. Please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help. As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle.
Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated.
I'm really happy that GSX decided to put wind walkers here. I wanna also ask them if you can. So what would happen is the wind walkers are not in the real world. Wind walkers will be at the gate waiting for you in terms of coming in. That doesn't happen here as yet. Hopefully they will do that for the next update. All right, start engine number 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are set.
Unlocking gear.
Oxygen masks will drop from panels above your seat and inside the laboratories.
Engine 1 is started and is available, so we can now put that back to normal and run the after start flow.
Right is clear.
All right, after start checklist, anti-ice not required. ECAM status is, actually we may use anti-ice because it's misty out there, so on the camera we could possibly get some rain, so we'll do engine anti-ice. And pitch trim is 0.3, rudder trim is neutral, and after start checklist is complete. Let's see where our guy is out here. Oh, he's already gone. Like, bye. All right, let's go now. We do flaps 1. Watch our flaps go down. Slats to the front and 1 notch of flaps to the back. Yes, so that's 1 plus F, and we good to go. All right, let's check on our company. Delta 828. Sacramento traffic. Delta 828 copy.
Delta 828. I'm here.
Roger, we're ready to go.
Yes, sir. San Francisco traffic, Delta 828, pushing back from Alpha 13 facing north.
Great, so JLO's ready to go, and we are gonna check our flight controls. Rudder left, rudder right, neutral, fully left, fully right, neutral, fully up, fully down, neutral, and we are good to go. Oh, so we have ground online. All right, so let's okay, so 9,000 is what we have now. So we just got our
The cabin is now
Central
secure.
Capital Traffic, Capital Ground now online, contact ground 121.7 for taxi.
Thank you so much. Ground 121.7. So 1217. And let's see, 320. All right, so our departure is right, 310. Right. So see, initially, like I said, I had 370, and I'll just do this now 310. So it's a good thing that we changed that there. All right, so we're good to go. We have everything already set. The only thing that we needed to change was the 9,000, which is the initial. So that's already set. So we are good to go. Let's see what the latest is. So we have information hotel. Information hotel, and the altimeter is 29998 now. We have that. Sacramento ground Pleasant, good evening. Delta 3885. We are off the gate and you have information hotel on board. Requesting taxi runway 17 left for departure.
Delta 3885, Capital Ground, squawk mode Charlie, please.
We'll be forgetting to do that.
Delta 3885, I got you now, runway 17 left, taxi via Delta.
17 left via Delta 3885. All right, so we are ready to go, guys. Nose light on, runway turn off light is also on. Let's see these pretty LED lights. And we have our friend over there is ready as well. Let's snap a picture real quick. Looks good. All right, brakes off. And let's go. Breakaway thrust. And we are on the move. So let's do our taxi checklist. Taxi checklist, flight control check, flap 71 plus F, radar and predictive wind shears on an auto. Engine mode selector is norm. And the ECAM is takeoff no blue. And we're going to put on engine anti-ice for this departure. If you just joined the stream, welcome guys, welcome. You are in for a nice flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this departure. Trying to do a slow taxi so we can catch JL. Departures only 1 to 2.8, yes. One of these slow departures where you're saying, can we hurry up and go?
Delta 828, capital ground, runway 17 left, taxi via Whiskey Delta.
Taxi via Whiskey Delta for Delta 828.
So you should be coming out right here. Start stuff. No, so he has to go straight forward. Then Whiskey is up here. Come on, Jay, you can do it. Let's go. I do have the regular livery for the A321, but I like to use special liveries because most persons don't use it. Well, for the airline that I fly, so I try to not have that. So I use one particular registration, but I also have a regular 321 back in Atlanta. So maybe once we get to Atlanta, I'll be able to use that. All right, so he's on the taxi out, so we can now speed up just a little bit more. And let's get on out of here. Let's go, let's go, let's GO. See, there it is, there's the rain. And with the temperatures being that low, yes sir, we are going to ensure that we have our anti-ice on. We can take off our APU. I'll go ahead and get to the gate, to the runway and depart. That will give us some spacing where we don't have to worry about it. I don't think we have ATC in Vegas as yet. So yeah, LA Center is not online, so we'll have to vector ourselves. So he's on the move, so we'll go ahead and depart. let's run the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist, we have flap 1 plus F check, spoilers armed. We have our anti-ice on.
DAL3885, no further ATC available. Monitor sheet off 125.7. Have a good flight to Vegas.
125.7, thanks for the ATC. You have a good night. See you. 1257. And for some strange reason, when it's raining or any precipitation on the ground, the plane slows a whole lot more, so it takes a bit more thrust to get it moving. So not sure why that happens. I'm thinking it's supposed to be the opposite way around, where once it's wet it's supposed to be even more slippery, but it takes a bit more to get the aircraft going once it is wet. Let's see where. Alright, cool. Sacramento traffic Delta 3885, line up runway 17 left, Sacramento. Alright, now we're at 20 knots. Alright, parking, steer disengage, and let's slow that down just a bit. Come on the curve. Let's ding the cabin. And strobe lights going on. Line up runway 17 left. TCAS is TARA, and PAX 1 and 2 are on.
Approaching 17 left.
Sacramento traffic Delta 3885, Arnav, Scotown, runway 17 left takeoff. Sacramento traffic.
On runway 17 left.
Let's see how perfect we can get this. Alright, landing lights coming on. Okay, switch on. And let's go. 50%. Start the chrono.
Sacramento traffic Delta 828, line enough. Line up 17 left after the company aircraft. Sacramento traffic.
Manflex 54 SRS runway outer thrust is blue. 80 knots. V1, rotate or rotate. As a bit of climb, gear up. I-40, left turn out. Recommend traffic Delta 3885, cleared runway passing 1100, climb maintain, flight level 310, join the departure. Sacramento traffic, last call, see you. I'm thrust set. Climb and nav. Autopilot 1. Flaps up, speed check. over the Unicom 122.8, and we are gonna go straight up to flight level 310. So we should be breaking through now because it was supposed to be, let's see, I forgot. Initially I said it was 2300. Let's see what the last ATIS was saying, that it is overcast till 2100. So we should have already broken out, but not as yet. There we go, climbing through. You see the sun peeking out. And we have breakout. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Alright, our anti-ice can come off since we are now out of that precipitation. Look at those clouds over there. I really wish that Microsoft 2020 would fix these clouds, man. I don't know what the issue is, why they have these clouds looking like this. They look nice, but when you look closer at them, you see this distortion, just not as pleasant to the sky, to the eye, but hey, we'll take it, right? I think 2024 has better looking clouds, but I'm trying to figure out what, for some reason, I don't know. I'm not trying to judge because I can't do it. I definitely can't do past 10,000 feet, so we turn off our exterior lights. I can't do the whole coding thing. I have no idea what to do.
Just let a flight attendant know
So,
the airport is complimentary for this and
I'm not
Delta flights.
trying to bash them, but maybe I am. It's just the idea of why the cloud. There's certain things I think were supposed to be standard. For example, the whole idea of a radar, but for whatever reason, they weren't able to get it, so it's not there like it you know, for a very long while. Some of the aircraft do have a weather radar, but it's just for aesthetics, to be honest, because you can't really do much with it. So you could be flying through clouds or rain and you have no idea because you can't see anything, or what's there is not really actually there. So I'm hoping that they really get that sorted out for 2024. So by the time we get over there, everything would be okay where the weather radar is concerned. Passing to 12,500 now for climbing to flight level 310 on our short quick flight to Vegas. If you are just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. I do hope that you enjoy the flight as we depart. We're just climbing through the clouds now. I'm going up to flight level 310. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We really do appreciate it. It really helped the channel to go a long way. So subscribe so that the algorithm could definitely showcase this channel, and we can also bring you more flights. There's also a Discord. Feel free to type !Discord, and that will take you directly to the link. If you want to know what the route is that we're doing today, you can also do !route, and that will definitely give you our exact routing for today. We're gonna go ahead and turn on some more music. It's now over 10,000 feet. If you are actually in the real aircraft, of course, as soon as 10,000 feet hits, internet becomes available. So let's give you some entertainment on the music side as we enjoy the views. This is our navigraph showing the where we are right now. So this is us with this pink triangle, and then we have Delta 2828 is A320 just behind us. That should be good distancing between us. If there isn't any, if there wasn't any ATC on it, we should be fine. Yeah, JL, it was really nice. I really like it. I think I might just for the hell of it, I'll just go back and rewatch it because of how nice that actually looked for that breakout. It is really, I don't know how, I really can't get why people don't like flying. And to be fair, I know that there are mixed emotions right now with the plethora of aircraft accidents that have been happening right about now. But guys, if you are on the stream right now and you are having issues or you're second guessing if you want to fly, flying is still the safest. I mean, there are several things that can go wrong at any point in time. You know, Newton's third law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So it's just unfortunate, but guys, don't feel, flying is still pretty safe. Some of the things that used to happen way back in the day can't happen right now because those safety measures are in place. So rest assured, we can't predict when our time is going to be. If so, you know, for those who are believers of the word, you know, we'd probably play with our lives until the last minute, which is not what we ought to do. But we still gotta enjoy the ride. It's pretty much the safest thing. So flying is really nice. Once you get up, look at this. Imagine that you're looking out the window and you're seeing all of this. This is just beautiful. Look at this view. This view it's gorgeous. A little bumpy, but that's a part of it, you know. One of my earlier flights was going into Salt Lake City, and same thing, coming through, and it was really nice breaking through that stuff. All right, JL, I'll get that right now. Cool. So we have Vegas approached us online. Let's hope that he will be online. He just got online about 44 minutes ago, so he should be online for our arrival, which will make it nice in terms of our spacing. So we're good to go. That is confirmed. Coming up, flight level 240, going up to flight level 310. Let's see where that would leave us, because as soon as we get up, it's gonna almost be time to get down. So yep. Let's go into the perf progress. KLAS 26 left, and we are 279 miles away from Las Vegas. Again, we are only going up to flight level 310 because the letter of agreements between the airports, the max altitude that you can go is 310 going across to Vegas. That happens a lot between airports that are really close by to adjoining ARTCCs. They are called LOAs, letter of agreements, where you climb to a particular altitude and you can't go anywhere. It's just a top altitude that you can't pass if you're going to that particular airport. Flight level 260. So I just got the request there, JL. I'm kind of hoping that Volanta will see the merit. We have friend requests on Volanta, but what can we do with it unless we're in premium? And I don't see the reason for me getting premium because I have other ways and means of doing flight planning. So it's really just a flight tracker for me. I'm hoping that they see the merit in actually open up some of the other stuff that premium offers, that could be done on the basic stuff. For example, if you can do live chat. Live chat should be something that we can do. If we have a friends list, why can't we have a live chat, you know? But who am I? Who am I? Good, good, good. Flight level 280. I wonder why we're climbing so slowly today. So we're at flight level 280 and look at our ground speed. Our ground speed is 500. It's crazy. The jet stream is crazy. Let's see if I can show you. Let's go over to Navigraph again. And I'm going to show you the different charts that we can, different layers we can put on. See which one it is. And then we can add another layer, turbulent. So right now we are going through, so when you saw the wings bouncing a while ago, that's that turbulence that we're going through right now. So you see the wings bouncing here. That's definitely the turbulence. So we see that represented. So it represents that pretty well, and that's good. And then if we want to do the jet stream, so let's disable that, turn on the jet stream. And so if we were flying north of here, that red that we see right here, the jet stream, I'm pretty sure that our ground speed would be a lot higher if we were flying above. So these guys who are flying eastbound on up north should have some lovely jet stream going on there. So we're just getting a little bit, not too tough, nothing too tough. Let's see, flight level 310. All right, there it is. So we are getting some of that jet blast right there, that jet stream coming across. So that, ooh. Anybody want to do a long haul going eastbound from Seattle? That would be excellent right here. Wow. If we were doing an eastbound flight from, let's say, Seattle going east to New York, we probably get to New York in probably 4.5 hours versus a 5 or 6 hour flight, just because of the jet stream that we have right now. It's a really powerful jet stream going eastbound. Doing a flight westbound now, for example, you're going from New York to San Francisco. In the summer, that would take you about 5.5 hours, depending on the aircraft type you're using. Let's use the A321 like what we're flying right now. If we're doing a westbound flight from New York to San Francisco in an A321 in the summer, we're getting 5.5 hours. Now, try to do that flight coming westbound at flight level 320. Yeah, it's probably about 6.5, almost 7 hours. So we probably have to fly. That's why sometimes you see you have these alternating flight plans where particular aircraft will fly further south versus further north. So all these different things is what you take into account when you are flying. You have to look about and it's not that the aircraft can't make it. For example, the flight could be made with an A321, but you want to ensure that you're not going to be using too much fuel. So for that flight in particular, let's take off the seatbelt sign because we're at cruise. If you want to fly from New York to San Francisco on an A321, you're probably going to have to fly lower. You're going to take on some more fuel because the flight is going to be longer with the headwinds, but you're probably not going to be able to or want to climb anything above flight level 340, just for the simple fact that you will have those very strong headwinds. So it's just a lot of things you have to take into account. So the flight going will be 6 hours, 6-7 hours. let me see if I can find one that's doing that flight right now. Let's say from New York to LA. Let me see on FlightAware. And it's from New York to JFK to San Francisco. And let's see, there's a flight en route right now, and it was delayed, and they're currently cruising at like yeah. So 1 second, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So look at this, guys. So this is the American flight going from New York to San Francisco. And that flight is 7 hours and 7 minutes on an A321. And they're actually taking a more southern route than going northwards because of that jet stream. So if you were to do this flight in the summer, it's probably going to be 550, almost 6 hours. But now it's 7 hours from New York to San Francisco. Long flight on an A321, right? I'll take that on a 339 or a 75 or a 76, but a 321 for 7 hours, yeah, that's a bit much. I wonder if this is a Neo. Let's see. Nope, it's a regular 321, not even a Neo. That's rough, man. That's really, really rough. So yeah, that's crazy. All right, so we are approximately 45 or 50 miles from our equal time point. So we are almost halfway through this flight. Let's see, we have 206 miles to go. So let's begin looking at our arrival. Let's go back to our charts, and we're going to Las Vegas, and we're using the Cocktail 4. On the Cocktail 4, we arriving via the Tequila. Then Tequila to basic, we cross, I guess that's Fletcher at 240. Then from Fletcher down to T-Brand to Ariel to Cocktail to Zelida. And we're using 26 left for this flight, so it'll be Cocktail, Zelida to Dion, NV to Red Quan, and then Red Quan to Bourbon. And we make the left inbound to join the localizer runway 26 left. Flight restrictions or flight level restrictions. So at Fletcher we're above 240, and then at Ariel we're to question. You still use Alice Yankee to left for visual approach. If the controller gives you visual, I normally back up the ILS just in the event, because sometimes if they give you a late turn for whatever reason, they will tell you to join the localizer. So I normally have it even though they say visual, and I'm actually using the ILS Zulu for this rather than the Yankee. But yes, I just have it as a backup. And so the Ariel at flight level 210, max 280, and the cross Cocktail at or above flight level 16,000 or below flight level 190 at 250 knots. Zelida at 140 or above, Dion at 12,000 or above, NV at 11,000 or above, and then we're to cross Bourbon at 8,000, max 210. And then by then we should have ATC, so he will give us instructions if we need to deviate, slow down, or speed up, as the case may be. We're using ILS Zulu for this arrival, and so This is chart 11-2. And for the ILS, it is India Romeo Lima Echo for the identifier, and the ILS is 111.5 with a course heading of 259 and IRLE. We're going to need that identifier shortly. The MSA for LAS for our arrival, we're coming in via 300 and 210, so the MSA is 6600, and for this flight the MDA is gonna be 2520. As a matter of fact, nope, it is 2269, which is right here for the ILS, and we're using 26 left for the arrival. Once we make that left turn from Bourbon, we'll join the localizer direct Preno, and Preno is supposed to be at 8,000, which is mandatory. Then we'll continue descend down to 3,800. At Relin, we'll get the glide slope for a 3-degree glide on a heading 250 to the landing. On approach, if we have a missed approach, we climb to 3,200, then climbing right turn to 6,000 feet, heading 080, and inbound to the Boulder City VOR. So we'll go missed and make a right climb into 3,800, then 3,200, then to 6,000, and then we make a right 080, then inbound 107 to the Boulder City VOR, and then we'll hold, and we'll contact ATC and let them know what we are doing. All right, once we land, we'll be using runway 26 left. Let me get the ground chart open for the parking gates. Let's see, parking gates, where are you? 10-9B, let's see if that's it. Yes. All right. So we're going to concourse D. So no, that's not it. It is this one. We'll be on concourse D for today. So once we land, let's get that up. So land on 26 left. Given that we are not so heavy today, we should exit via Alpha 6 or Alpha 7. Worst case scenario, we go Alpha 8, cross 126 right, and we taxi via Bravo, and then we'll make a left on either Charlie 5 or Charlie 4. Let's see what that is on the chart here. So we're going to Delta 40, so we'll make a left on Charlie 5, and we'll come around to or Charlie 4, and we'll come around and go to gate Delta 40. Alright, so that is our departure, our arrival information there. Let's check out the arrival performance. Right now our arrival is, let's see something. Alright, so we still have some time. I'll get to that shortly. Alright, so for our weather, let's see. Weather is, winds are calm, and so I prefer to look at the TAF where that is concerned so that we can see. So wind 050, so yeah, it's west operations, so that's cool. And weather's pretty good. Visibility is 10 statute miles, so we're good. Temperature is 19er, dew point -1, altimeter is 29er, and we'll see what the current ATIS is in terms of the information that's there. The current gross weight is 145.6, so we'll put 145.3, and we'll use low brake idle no reverse, and runway 26 left. And so the landing distance available is 10,525. Landing distance required is 7,657. So we have more than enough landing. We have more than enough landing distance for our flight. And that song was the Los Angeles Center. So we now have Center online, and he is on 126525. So let's go ahead and give him a call. 126525. Always good when we have air traffic control so we can interact with them. All right. So we have that information there. Okay, good. To 999er.
Southwest 1915, LA Center, welcome, cross Flavor 14,000, the Palmdale Office.
9er and 000 at 00. And we'll add +5. Let's check in. LA Center, good evening. Delta 3885 with you, November 310. 140. And 2269 is.
LA Center, welcome.
Right.
Center, good afternoon, Southwest.
Let's see if LAS, the 8 is for Los Angeles, for Las Vegas is information India.
And 2394 LA Center, welcome.
Arrival runners is 26 left, 19 right, and 19 left. So we'll take 26 left. So you're already set up, so we're good to go. And auto brakes low. So there we are. So we are approximately 61 nautical miles from our top of descent. So we'll probably get instructions shortly from the control adjustment. And let's see. LAS approach is 135 nothing. So we'll set that there 13500.
level 350. Sabre 282, I believe that's you calling Salt Lake City Center's offline, frequency change approved. You're going to be leaving my airspace to the north.
Roger, continue on Unicron.
8 for
Enter S Transit 71 crossing your airspace at level 30 heading to Phoenix.
Transit 71, LA Center, welcome. Southwest 4673, LA Center, radar contact, climbing in Palma 29.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest Center 255, northwest of Los Angeles.
All of this terrain.
Last aircraft call sign number?
Southwest 292.
Southwest 292, LA Center, welcome. Southwest 1916, contact for California 128.05.
Heading into twilight now with this aircraft. We are now heading to that point of darkness coming in. So
Bravo up is on the Angel 4 to LAX, flight level 257.
So we have Fletcher coming up, and that is above flight level 240. So we'll get information. We'll get instructions just now to descend via the
LA Center United 2394 is 17,000 Lucky 1.
At 2394, LA Center descend via Lucky 1 arrival, the San Diego altimeter 3001.
Lucky 1, United 2394.
Center, good day, United 594 Heavy is 170, climbing 340.
At 594 LA Center, welcome, maintain follow 340.
Climb maintain 340, United 594 Heavy.
South 3885, descend via the cocktail for arrival, releasing transition on 3 altimeter 299.
descend via the cocktail forward, tequila transition and 26 left transition, Delta 3885. Cool. So we we'll begin our descent. So within the Airbus, we prefer to do to give it a smoother descent so you don't have this significant drop. We usually start about 30, between 25 and 30 nautical miles from the top of the descent, so that we have that smooth, easy descent versus a steep descent. The 299er, let's set that real quick while we are here. That's set. And we'll turn on our seatbelt sign. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight, this is your captain speaking. We're just about on top of the set. And current weather in Las Vegas, winds are pretty calm, and temperature 19 degrees Celsius, just about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And we'll be landing towards the west. So you're going to see the runway on the left-hand side as we land. So those of you on the left side of the airplane, you're going to see the airport. Once again, thank you for choosing Delta, and until the next time we see you, hope that you choose Delta once again for your next travel. Flight attendants prepare aircraft for arrival. Alright, cool. So we are now 26 miles away, so we'll go ahead and begin our descent.
American 066 at 10,000 feet,
We will
miles.
do the initial down to 16,000.
Aircraft 71, cross 10, flight level 290.
I think that was, the initial was 240 crossing Fetcher. But we can do that for 16, then 14. So you see guys, we have this descent of 1,000 feet per minute. So that's a pretty gentler gradient than trying to descend much higher than that. It's gonna change, but just for the initial descent, it's not gonna be as steep.
Sentiment 290,
That's a pretty nice one. We already have the control, the next control available, 135, I think.
Delta 828, LA Center, welcome. Descend via the cockpit for arrival. Runway 26 left, transfer.
36 miles away from Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Jill, you're using the Phoenix, right?
Just to confirm for F-171, should have descend 290.
Aircraft 71, cross and follow 290.
290, transit 71.
Center, number 7, 2031, northwest, and also 1.2 flat run. Number 783 Victor LA Center, welcome Las Vegas, altimeter 299. American 066 LA Center, climbing chance all the 35.
We have LA Center, Vegas. Cool.
American 066, climbing maintain, all the 350. Southwest 292, descend via Conex 2 arrival, San Diego, altimeter 001.
Descend via the Comex 23001, Southwest 92.
Roger. Southwest 4673, cross hog, flight level 250. Cross hog, flight level 250.
We are on the map finally. We're heading towards the Ariel, which is sort of 210.
788 Victor, contact Las Vegas Express 135.0. 35 yeah.
We didn't get a chance to talk earlier, guys, but something that is going to be happening really exciting this week is the preview of the A350 for any build coming out on, let me rephrase it, nobody will say I said. The preview of the aircraft is going to be on February 6th, which is this coming weekend. So you can check out their pages. They will have it all. Those of you who have them as their newsletters, you'll also see that coming out in your email, that on February 6th we'll have a live demonstration of the A350. Once you start seeing these live demonstrations, it means that the aircraft is pretty much getting really close to release. So I am uberly excited for the A350. I don't have any vacation time coming up yet, but I might make some. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I was about to say I might make some vacation time for that, just so I can get the A350 flying in the sim. So we're definitely gonna make sure that we do a couple flights on the live stream with the A350 once it goes live, so that we can experience that magnificent airplane. There's just so much to be expected for that plane, and I'm excited to see the showcase for it. I'm pretty sure it's one of a few, so they're getting really close for it, and I already have a couple of flights in mind for the A350's inaugural flight for Delta for sure. Over to approach 135 nothing. Have a good day. See it. Alright, going over to approach now. Biggest approach, good afternoon, Delta 3885 with you, send through flight level 240 for 14,000.
Delta Sierra Charlie, you're 5 miles from Joe, turn left heading 150, maintain 7,000, full establish on the low left, clear eye left. Heading 150, 7,000, full establish on the low left, cleared eye left, 12 left approach, medevac 4 over Charlie.
Las Vegas approach, Delta 3885 with you, descending through flight level 229 for 14,000.
3885 Vegas approach, Vegas altimeter 2999 after River Island, gate
Was that 26 right or 26 left for 3885?
26 left.
Roger, cleared ILS, Yankee runway 26 right. Delta 3885.
3885 runway 26 left. Third eye after Bergen, third eye left, Yankee runway 26 left approach.
At Bergen, cleared ILS 26 left approach. Delta 3885. Alright, so we're already being cleared for that, so we can actually descend now all the way down to 8,000. And once we get closer to that, we'll engage the ILS and the landing system, and we'll get us set up.
That's 2420, contact.
But yeah, so guys, we're really close now to the release of the A350, and that is really an exciting time to be in the sim right about now. A350s are getting ready to release the 777-200 is being readied for beta. I'm not sure when it's gonna go. They'll probably tell us. It should not be that long of a wait in terms of the beta testing, because once you have a 777-200 already available, there's just a few tweaks that you have to make and whatever else you put in there to make it what it is. So I don't anticipate it to be very long, and I think RSR would have said the same thing. It's not gonna take that long, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Those with the anticipation for the 2024 flights, it's actually they're now getting ready to do some things. Apparently the blockage that they had, those have been cleared, so they're gonna start working a bit more assiduously on the 24 version of the airplane. But for sure we will anticipate the 200ER, which is my favorite version of the airplane, to be in 2020, so I'm happy for that. And of course it's going to be a free upgrade for the 2024 once we have that. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. Unfortunately, the 757 is not going to be available until probably the second quarter, which is a bit disappointing, but we understand what these guys are doing. These guys are really putting in the work. They are putting in some custom ILS system, custom autopilot, custom a lot of things. So they're using schematics to make sure that they get it right. So really happy for that, and wish them all the best for that, because when it comes out,
we're climbing back up for it.
it's gonna be on and popping. All right, so we're gonna be using the ILS Zulu. So
74 for 9 for
299 standard. The local is now set. Let's see, we're supposed to be at crossing Zelida at 25, and then of course we go down to 210. So let's set this 250, so we have that. The aircraft will continue to descend via that. Since we've gotten clearance to use the ILS runway, we can clear that, and this is Reno. Let's see, I think what I did not do in the arrival via, I did put pre-note. There we go. So that's set, insert that, and that should be good to go. Insert, and go back to Why are you doing that? No. And there is a Vegas. The strip is on the left here. Let's see if I can get a nice little picture. There we go. That's a nice picture right there. We have Vegas off to our left. Direct NV. There we go. We can do some speed brakes out. Slow the aircraft down just a bit. Allow the aircraft to now manage the speed. pretty nice, so allow that to use the managed speed, and we are now below 10,000 feet shortly. Indicated is a 250. Roger, Jason 210, 3885. I was going to do that, but I was allowing the aircraft to do that, I suppose, because we have traffic on the inbound as well. So, great. So we have 210 indicated. I was slowing down nicely, and we will continue our descent to 8,000. He already cleared us to the ILS for the flight, but I suspect we will. Yeah,
Hi,
we still have to.
The cabin is now secure for landing.
Thank you, Tim Brown. So we can continue down to 5,000, I suppose. And approach at 3885. Yeah, can we descend lower?
3885,
Thank you, sir. Alright, so we're going to continue our descent down to 5,000. And we're going to arm the landing system. And then we're going to go direct to Shand. We're already in headed mode, so we're going to go direct to Shand. Insert that.
Morning, Metro. Welcome to North Vegas. I can lock enable taxi in front. Parking for Metro again.
So the glide slope should be, ooh. There's some terrain here. I remember a guy said I want to top gun. All right. Gotta make sure we keep it spicy over here, right? So we continue our descent now to 5,000 as it is there. Glide slope is coming up, and flaps 1 speed check, and we continue our left turn, maintaining 5,000 feet, and we now go direct to Shand, joining the we arm the localizer. And we are now below the glide slope, which is good. That's what we want to do. And we're going to land 126 left. Alright, localizer captured, and we can now arm the approach. And we will reduce speed 200. 26 left, 3885. Reduce speed now to 180. And the speed check flaps 2. At 10 nautical miles, we will drop our gears. Green lights coming on.
Contact LA Center 126.5.
126.5, see it. Gear down. Maintain that, give us some drag so we can slow down just a bit more. Plus we're captured. Alright, let's run through.
Frequency change approved. Can you just tell me what frequency that was, if you did say in the last...
Laps 3, speed check. And we will now go manage speed. And let's run through the checklist. Approach checklist by reference 2999 super on the road is set. Auto brake level 1 is set. Engine mode selector is norm. Auto brake set. Landing ECAM. Waiting for that. That's full. And we are fully configured for landing. There's another thing that happens when you have to switch back to the center, and the center is just inundated with flights. You just gotta wait. LA Center 3885 on a semi-final number 26 left. Clear to land 26 left 3885. Alright, clear to land, so landing lights coming on. Those light taxi lights coming on. Yep, there we go. Blocked. Alright, landing, ECAM, no blue, and landing checks is complete. Alright chat, what will be our landing rate today? Let's see, what's our landing rate for today? What do you think it's going to be? Minus 200, minus 100, less than minus 100? What shall be the landing rate today?
Before we just cross the top of the
One time.
Alright, at 500 feet, my airplane, and let's take it for a landing. That's weird. I'm on the glide slope and the localizer, and I'm getting 4 reds. 500 feet, my airplane.
500.
Okay.
Above. 100.
Minimum. Continue.
30, 20, retard. 5.
Woo-wee. That speed breaks up. Reversers green. $60 knots, manual braking. And we'll exit here.
Transition number goes 1611. 963 descent speed limit 2 to line 1 trail 3001.
Optimus 3001 descent speed full center up.
Alaska 121 requesting descent to 20,500 feet.
And we are cleared of runway 3. Runway 26 left via Alpha 7. So we have to hold here until the controller gives us clearance to cross.
I forgot to. Walker for 1341 and sorry about the line. Go ahead. Walker 1341 Lou Airport out file, maintain 10,000, expect final 12705 and up to the park.
In the meanwhile, we start our APU.
We're cleared, roll rest file, maintain 10, 005, 4575, 1341.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas. We're just holding here on the gate until we get on the taxi, until we get instructions to taxi the gate. Our gate today is Delta 40. LA Center Delta 3885 is cleared of 26 left, holding on Alpha 7.
Delta 3885, cross runway 26 right, and taxi to parking via Bravo.
Cross is right, taxi to parking via Bravo, Delta 3885. Great. So we've gotten permission to do that. So we can go 40 is our gate. And Delta Airlines. We'll continue our taxi.
Delta 21, always center welcome. LA Center United 570.
Approaching, 8 left.
To me, that landing looked pretty smooth, but sometimes you be thinking it's smooth and it's just not. So let's see what happens. Just give me a second. Let me get across the runway. Alpha and then Bravo. So we make this turn right here immediately. And we can turn off the landing lights. Scopes can come on. Wing lights. And we just follow this Bravo taxiway here, and we exit Charlie 4. And we should have J-Lo on the approach right now as well. I think that's him right here. Let's see what that landing rate goes. Minus 150. All right, we can take that. Minus 150. That was nice, guys. That was smooth enough. Better than the last fight I had minus 3 something.
Alpha 4211, expect visual approach 26 off, Las Vegas up to 3999er.
Landing in Vegas and you get to look outside the window and see all of the strip on the left hand side. Must be an awesome set at night. When I went to Vegas, it was during the day, so I didn't get to see all of that. But I'm pretty sure if it looks this good in the simulator, it must look even more spectacular in real life. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we are taxiing. We still have a little bit to go. And there is A28. Welcome to Vegas, my brother. here. Where he's going. And Santa Ana. He's going to Santa Ana, California. There is JL. So this is, let's see, this is Bravo 4, so we're looking for Charlie 4. So it's not a ways to go, it's somewhere down that way. And we're going to Delta 40.
Delta 3 on the LA Center, right on the landline, 17 level 3 here.
Up to flight level 380, Delta 3 stall.
American 1611 at 3 no cleared ILS, blue runway 267.
This is Charlie 6. Our gate is right. Is there somebody in our gate? I hope they're not in our gate. I hope not.
Order 1341 data taxi, Santa Barbara 25.
Let's take Charlie.
Charlie Foxtrot 25, order 1341.
Delta 1860 back.
They're not in our gate. They're at Charlie 38. Charlie 38. So we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Blocked. It looks pretty close, but based on the other chart that I'm looking at on the other computer screen, it's showing that the Delta flight is actually at gate 30, 38. So this is 41. So the next one is. So guys, you see what I'm talking about? If we had the wing walkers standing outside here, then we'll be able to tell, okay, where the actual gate is. So I'm hoping that in the future that these guys could do that. The team over at GSX will be able to do that. All right, we can turn off our. So we just make this little wide turn here, and that's our stand. Or not. Good. We're straightening up. We're coming closer to the stop line, and we. I was going to say I'm too far. Of course. Of course. I'm not even at the line yet. And there's JLo right. I keep saying JLo, there's JL. Alright. Parking brake is set. And the APU bleed is on. And we can turn off. Hour and 26, guys. 1 hour and 26 minutes from gate to gate. Once I turn off the beacon lights, then it will automatically set the aircraft into deboarding mode. So let's wait for 10% on the N2. 17% on the N2, then we can definitely go ahead and turn off the beacon and let that start to run. And you'll see there it is. Reporting started, and there we go. And here we are, guys. We are on the ground here at Las Vegas. Thank you so very kindly for all of you who would have joined us here this evening. It was a fantastic short flight. And of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe. If you like the content, please also leave a like. If you have a comment, want to see us fly somewhere, make sure that you put that in the comments. Also, the Discord is available, so just click !Discord and you will get the link. Also, you can go on the YouTube channel and you will see the link there as well to join the Discord. Feel free to join and let us know where you'd like to go, where you'd like to see us go next. If you have a particular airline that you want us to fly, we'll be more than happy to try to accommodate you. We have done that before in the past, where one of our subscribers would have asked us to do a particular flight, and they were very excited to see that we'd have done that as well, and we are happy to be able to share in that joy. Especially if it is for one of the airline carriers that is for your home country, we're more than happy to try to accommodate you. Until the next time, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves. It's a brand new week. Have a fantastic week ahead, and we'll see you on the next one.